Success is lateral. This video, or after this video, you guys will understand what it takes. That was a loud ass motorcycle. So after this video, you will understand what it takes to achieve literally any goal, and you will see this strategy and be able to implement it in your life with some practical steps that I'll give you guys too. As you guys know, I have my journal, have some notes here, so I'll talk to these notes. My name is Matt. I'm an entrepreneur that balances a full-time engineering job. I balance fitness and a social life and content creation as well. Have a master's degree in mechanical engineering, so I have some accomplishments under my belt at a young age, and I just wanted to share my experiences and hope this positively impacts someone out there. So today I wanted to talk about the concept of success is lateral. So most people would usually, they would see a goal, or they have this goal in their mind, right? And they'll be like, okay, I want to achieve this goal. So what do? First, I'm going to go to social media, because that's just how it is this day and age. They'll go to social media, see, okay, so I see some people who have achieved this goal. So what have they done? And then they're going to take the literal exact steps and try and achieve the goal the exact same way as the person on social media did. So they're going to see, okay, I want to make $10,000 a month. And what are they going to do? They're going to go find this drop shipping kid who's selling a scam course, and then they're going to do exactly what he did, go to Alibaba and search up the products or whatever, get in contact with suppliers. They're going to have a hard time with suppliers. They're going to get overwhelmed with that first step of just finding a supplier from China. Then they're going to realize that there's so much more taxes and upfront costs than they expected, and then they're going to get overwhelmed, and then they're going to quit. So that's what most people are going to do. They're not even going to make it to step 2, and there's going to be like 5 total steps to make $10,000 a month based on this kid from social media who says he did it. Maybe he did it, maybe he didn't, but in reality that kid is just making money from a scam course, telling people these exact steps that he already tells in his content, and he has no depth provided to it. He's just good at marketing and good at flexing his lifestyle, and then most people will just buy that course, give that kid more money, and that kid will just have more proof of concept that he can make money, you can't, and you guys will look up to him and that'll be his source of credibility, and you guys will buy from him, and then you guys will feel scammed, and you guys won't trust any online education program, even though some online education programs are actually legit and will actually improve the specific skill set that you're trying to improve, or specific technical skill that you're trying to learn. But it all was thanks to some kid who was flexing his lifestyle, flexing his Lambo that he earned by scamming other people. So I don't want you guys to be like most people. So with that being said, so don't do what I just said. Realize that success is lateral. I'm gonna wait for this motorcycle to pass. So realize success is lateral, and what that means is you have this goal up here, right? So you're not gonna just take literal steps to get to that goal. What you're gonna do is build yourself up laterally. So this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. X-axis is time, right? Y-axis is the level of just the level of frequency that your goal is at, and that self-development that you have to be at. So you are at level like 6, right? Your goal is at a level 12, right? So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to build up the x-axis, and then you can go and achieve that goal laterally. So this is just a visual representation of what I mean by success is lateral. So you have to build yourself up through a commitment to self-growth, through a commitment of self-mastery, through a commitment of always learning and growing in life, and building yourself up to being level 13 so that you could achieve that level 12 goal whenever you want to. So don't go straight up, go this way on the x-axis up, and then you can go and pick whatever you want from the goals laterally on and obviously it's going to be over a long period of time on the x-axis. Yeah, so success lateral. Build yourself up to be that strong person, that resilient person. You have to face the challenges to earn that level of respect, to earn that level of frequency, to earn that level of being able to achieve your goals. So for example, so I would say I have like a pretty good physique, right? Or at least a relatively aesthetic physique. Obviously I don't have the best physique out there, and I'm not like a bodybuilder or anything like that. But I have a relatively good physique, especially with the very busy lifestyle that I have, and the pure focus that I have on my business, which is QLC. And I had it on the laundromat for the last year and a half. But so with my physique, right? So if you take that, let's say like your goal is to have like a physique similar to mine, or you guys might have better genetics than me, and it'll turn out better, but you just have to take the daily inputs and habits that I have and implement it yourself, right? So you guys just have to see for yourselves what your potential is for your genetics, and it's always going to be better than your current state, right? So let's say you guys want a relatively nice physique, aesthetic physique with a busy lifestyle. So what are you going to do? Practically, you have to look at a person with a similar lifestyle who could resonate with you, me, and see, okay, so what daily inputs, what habits does Matt, myself, have that allows him to have this physique? What does he do over a long period of time that has resulted in success in the fitness world, I would say? So you have to realize, okay, well, I go to the gym consistently, or Matt goes to the gym consistently. Matt trains with intensity. Matt goes hard on compound lifts. Matt tracks his macros, and like those are the main things. And there's like some subtle stuff like trying to for nutrition, right? Trying to eat single ingredient foods, making sure I'm hitting my protein, making sure I'm hitting my macros, not just tracking them, keeping a balance on like drinking and keeping a balance on like partying and stuff, and then keeping a relatively routine sleep schedule if I'm not out on the weekends. So you take all the daily inputs and habits that I have, and you start implementing it to yourself in your current state. And that is how you start to transcend your current state and break your old self, so that you can literally become and like sculpt this new person with this new mindset and these new habits, and transcend who you are and become someone better that is able to achieve your goals. So if I want to operationalize it, you look at someone, so you have your goal, and you look at someone who's achieved your goal, make sure they've achieved it, and you look at what are their habits, what are their inputs, right? And then you take those habits and inputs, and then you start implementing it in your own life, because you want to achieve their goals. So basically you have to become them. You have to become a version of their frequency in whatever industry that you're trying to achieve the goal in, or whatever facet of life that you're trying to achieve the goal in. And you have to become where they're at. You have to match their level to achieve that goal that they have. And you obviously can't achieve it because it's your goal. So you take those daily inputs, daily habits, you take it, put it to yourself, and then you come with the patient mindset that it's going to take a long period of time. So you are consistent. So you take the approach that you are going to commit to those daily inputs over a very long period of time, and then eventually, with relentless consistency and staying resilient and not giving up, you guys will achieve whatever goal you want. So that was a quick operationalized picture or visualization of how to achieve literally any goal. So some practical steps you guys can do are this is like a roadmap that I wrote. Are basically, so first you have to have clarity on your purpose, right? That comes before literally everything, and I'll make more purpose videos, because that should be the direction or driver of what you do, your daily actions, literally everything you do. And yeah, purpose is important. Sorry, I blanked the fuck out there. But yeah, so clarity on purpose, and then you set your goals. So first, clarity on purpose, then you set your goals, which are all going to be purpose aligned. It could be short-term goals, could be long-term goals, whatever, right? And then you look at a person who's achieved those goals, and then you take their daily inputs, daily habits, and you implement it to yours. And then what do you do on a daily basis? You create a routine, and it should be front-loaded on your day, because you need to be able to hit your shit in the morning and do the stuff that you need to do to build your dream life before the world gets noisy. So that's why I stress that it needs to be just a morning routine with those daily inputs. That is exactly why I'm doing the knee thing every single morning. That's exactly why I'm creating content every single morning, because the people who have achieved the goals that I want, like healthy knees, a successful business, a successful coaching business, this is what they do every single day. They create content, and the guy with the knees, he does the knee routine that I do. So I do those every single morning before I do other stuff like my 9 to 5 or errands or like even eat. I do all of this before I eat. Like, do all of your shit to build your dream life before you eat. Do it before you get distracted and start crashing and the world gets noisy and people start bothering you, just do it for yourself, and you will not be guilty when you're going out for social events. You'll not feel guilty when you're going out and going out to eat, because you feel like that you're missing something, right? That you didn't do what you set out to do. And that's gonna, because if you do that too often, you're gonna be set in this cycle of like disappointment in yourself, and you'll never be able to keep those promises. You'll always under deliver for yourself, and we don't want that. So yeah, you get informed with those daily habits and inputs, and you implement those in your morning routine. Lastly, you have needle moving activities, which you align with your goals. So you have your purpose, and then you have your goals, which are aligned with your purpose, and then you have your needle moving tasks that you do every single day. And those change day to day, because it's like, okay, what will push me forward the furthest in my journey to achieve my goals, which will help me achieve my purpose, and I will do that today. So like you could finish it within like a day or a week or whatever, but your top 5 priorities for that day you have to list, and do this every single day. Put it on a journal, so you see your purpose every day, you see your vision, you see your dream life, what you're working towards, you see the goals, the short-term and long-term goals that you have. You're chipping at it every single day. Then you see the morning routine that you need to accomplish every single morning, and then you have those daily priorities, those daily tasks that you're going to start crossing out every single day. And then with that, over a long period of time, you will start becoming a person of a higher magnitude in the self-development journey on that y-axis of that frequency right there. And that's how you achieve any single goal that you want to achieve. And that's how you build yourself up. Just commit to the self-learning, commit to the growth, commit to the self-mastery, commit to a life worth living, and fucking attacking and always growing and facing challenges head on. But hope that helps. Go do cool shit, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.